better results for anything that you're doing is not too far off. All it takes is you rebalancing some pluses, minuses. Pluses being positive actions, minuses being things that don't align with that. Now you might be saying, Jeff, I don't know if I want to get rid of some of this stuff. And the truth is, unless it serves you, like actually gives you what you want, why are you holding on to dead beliefs, dead thoughts, dead ideas and concepts, or even things that you don't enjoy? For instance, I'm about to be moving out of my house that I'm currently filming in. And when I move, I have a lot of stuff, including books. I have a lot of stuff that I've brought with me. And I used to believe that a lot of these things created like ideas for me, and I liked them and they were important to me. But the truth is, all they're really doing right now is weighing me down. It's making me harder for me to find a house because I don't have room for all my stuff. And so what's happening is I need to get through the belief system that the stuff that I have is not actually serving me and get rid of it. But to get rid of it, I also need to substitute it with positives. So what we're going to be talking about today is how to get better results through pluses and minuses. So addition and subtraction. Now, to be honest, and this is where most people make mistakes when they're doing some sort of lifestyle change, is that they will take things out. For instance, they'll take out bad foods, they'll take out the Starbucks, they'll take things out, right? Or maybe you're going on a financial budget. You'll take things out of your spending. The problem is we don't add things in their place. What then leads to this is that we have this big void, and the void then makes us feel like we have to do something with it. And when we do have that void, we step back into what's easy. And when we step back into what's easy, what do you think happens? We step back into our old actions, thoughts, belief systems, and behaviors instead of changing those things. And the only way to change those things is by adding new things that are positively laced for the outcome or result that we want. So we have really 3 questions that we want to be asking. First question, what should we be, or what should we start doing? Now this is a question that most of you guys have asked or have brought up in yourselves and to coaching or anybody else. But the question should be, what should we start doing? Now, if we look at something such as losing 20 pounds, I'm currently in my state and I want to lose 20 pounds. The question I would then ask is, what should we start doing to lose? And I'll come up with a bunch of answers. Maybe it's increasing cardio, maybe it's tracking my nutrition, maybe it's going and working out 5 days a week, whatever it may be, right? So what should we start doing to then align with the goal? The next question we want to ask is, what should we stop doing? Now, as I mentioned, most of us are actually caught more so in question 2. What should we stop doing? What should I stop doing to lose the weight that I want? So I gotta cut out my Starbucks. I can't eat any bread. There's no sugar allowed. I can't eat fruits, and I've got to eat this clean keto diet. Whatever it might be, right? That's where we are usually stuck at. What should we stop doing? And that's easy to find answers to. But we want to make sure we ask the first question. What should we start doing? Because what then happens is we get to align these things. And the last and final question, guys, is what should we keep doing? Okay? This is important because all too often, especially on like nutrition coaching with people, I'll be like, all right, so what's your goals? And they'll tell me. And then they go through this extreme thing that they have to change with their diet. And I'm like, no, just chill. Most of that stuff can be that could stay. You're going a little bit too extreme. You can still eat carbs. You can still eat fats. You can still eat protein, whatever. You want to have your drinks every night? Cool. You can keep those things. But we just have to change them up a little bit. But what do you need to keep doing? Or what should we keep doing in regards to this goal or outcome? Now we have a whole lot of things dialed in, right? You can put this on a piece of paper. On one side, it's what should we start doing? In the middle, it's what should we stop doing? And on the third, what do we need to keep doing? Now this allows you to find the true answers. The reason that this is important is because when someone takes the thought process out of stuff for you, it might inform you, you might get an idea, but you're not enlightened behind it. So what this really means though is that if you know stuff, that's great. So everybody knows how to eat. The truth is no one is enlightened enough to do it, right? So there's a gap. Well, if we continue down this, it then will lead you to this position where you are unable to find solutions for yourself because you're always looking for outside solutions. And when you do this, yes, you might get results or you might get outcomes and someone might help you, but then you are unable to critically think for anything else you do. Right? And critical thinking is important across your life. Without it, we don't feel as confident in what we do, we don't feel as secure with our choices, and we feel overwhelmed by things. But when we allow ourselves to do these kind of projects or processes, we then keep the knowledge inside of ourselves. We feel enlightened, we feel inspired, we even build our confidence and clarity around what we're doing. So when people go, oh, should you really be doing that? You're like, yes, I should, this is why. Okay, so it's important that we don't just give you, or you don't just get the answers provided for you. You want to make sure that you are getting the understanding of them. So again, all we really want to do here, guys, is just add and subtract things. So if one of my things was, what we would do is how we would do this little piece of homework. So as I mentioned, use a piece of paper, draw 3 columns, start, stop, keep. All I would then do is what might I need to start doing? 3 workouts. And what do I might need to stop doing? Maybe it's Starbucks daily. And what do I need to keep doing? Parking far away. Now, what I would do though is I would just write all the things that I might need to start doing. I might write all the things I need to stop doing, and I would write all the things that I need to keep doing. And then after I've written out this list, it becomes very easy because all I'm going to do here is maybe I have another one that says, like this was 3 times a week, and maybe it says cut out 3 treats, or cut down. So maybe I'm eating a treat every day, right? Maybe I need to stop eating a treat every day and just eat 3 days a week. A treat 3 days a week. That would initially start a better result because guess what? If I'm eating a treat every day, and maybe it's 500 calories a day, and I go from 7 days a week to 3, I've now cut out about 2,000 calories. Guess what? I'm going to have a result, okay? I don't need to completely overhaul it, but I do see a better result and a better outcome. Now, what I could do then is say, oh, maybe those 3 workouts, when I need to do them, because I need to do 3 of them a week, the 3 days that I work out, I also get to keep my 3 treats. So it could inspire you to actually work out more because now I'm starting something, which is 3 workouts, and I align it with something that I need to stop doing or regress, such as going from everyday treats to only 3 days a week. But now guess what? It's a reward for my workouts. So now instead of having a treat every day, I cut it down to 3, and the 3 days that I get are all my workout days. And then from there, I keep my parking far away. Maybe I park even further, right? So what you would do is you list out all your starts, list out all your stops, and list out all your keeps. Then what you want to do is align them. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my start and I'm filling in where I'm stopping something. And it now is filling the gap or the void that would be there. And when you fill that gap or void, you're allowing yourself to find something in its place, right? Think about it much like a wall. If this whiteboard wasn't here and it was just a plain wall, you would eventually want to fill that wall with something, some sort of picture, a painting or something. But if there was already something here, you would want to then fill it because you don't want that empty space. So again, if you were looking at this, and this is currently a picture, and I take that picture down, you're going to look at the wall and be like, damn, that wall is very empty. So what do I put back in that place, right? Our brains are going to work the same way with habits and decisions and choices that we make on a daily basis. So when we remove something, just like this picture off the wall, I need to replace it with something. Otherwise, I'm going to look at it and I'm going to feel like I need to put something back in its place anyways. Or I'm going to put the painting or picture back up. However, if we can fill it with something that's a positive action versus the negative, then we'll move closer to our goals and much faster. So that's it, guys. That's all we have to do for a better result through the pluses and minuses. Take out a negative decision, action, behavior, or thought, and replace it with a positive one. That's it. It's very simple, right? Simple, but not easy. Now, the more you can do this, the more you take the negatives and bad things that you're doing and fill them in with good things, the faster you will learn, the faster you'll grow, and the faster you'll improve. For instance, another one you can do is, again, I have all these books to my side, but maybe you watch TV, and you watch TV every night for about, let's say, an hour. However, the average human, or not human, the average American watches about 30 hours of TV a week. Did you know that? 30 hours. Now, you probably are saying, no, I don't. The truth is, you probably do. I guarantee it, because you could probably go home, use your phone to time the amount of time that you're spending on Facebook and social media, as well as how often your TV is on. Okay, just because maybe you're not engraved in the TV, you might still have it on, which is still you watching it. But for instance, what you could do is say, all right, cutting out TV. It's fucking challenging, I know, because there's so much good stuff on it, I guess. But maybe you say, I'm cutting out TV. But if you just cut out TV and you say, I'm cutting out TV, you're gonna go home and in 2 days you're gonna be like, what the fuck do I do? You know, I don't have any TV. What do I do? And you're gonna get lost. But instead you say, I'm gonna cut out TV an hour a day. And in that hour a day, I'm going to read a book. Now I've just filled a negative with a positive. Now that initial action of doing something that I normally would be doing is filled with doing something that's positive. So when I go home and instead of watching TV for the first hour, I read a book, guess what's probably gonna happen? I'm going to continue to read the book first, try and turn the TV on, because I'm in the process. Now that might mean you have to buy a couple more books than you have right now. Maybe that means that you need to stock up on a few. But filling a negative with a positive will allow you to move forward and actually see a result, because when you have that bland spot, that subtraction with no addition, you're always going to want to fill it, and you'll go back and resort back to the negative habit that initially led you to this process, and you will resort back to that action. For instance, that action being going to Starbucks every day or watching TV for multiple hours. So that's how you can change your results, by simply changing the things that you subtract and filling them in with things that you